By the most video, I'll give it a small rundown. I'll give it a small rundown. We can watch it.
First things first, before I cannonball into the spaghetti and meatballs of today's
do it faster than we
topic,
go next.
I'd like to let you all know I've been actively working on my Mickey Mouse impression, so please let me know your thoughts. Pluto! So with that out of the way, I'm going to show you all of my analytics from my lifetime of being on YouTube and almost a decade of being on Twitch. Now, the reason for this is, a week ago I made a video called I'm Turning It Off, and in that video I'm explaining why I'm disabling any and all means of people having the ability to donate money to me. No more super chats, no more YouTube memberships, for all intents and purposes, no more bits on Twitch. I say all intents and purposes because you can't actually fully disable that on Twitch. Once you start streaming on there, you're fucking shackled to the bits ecosystem. It cannot be turned off. So I made the minimum so high that no one can pay it, hopefully, and actively discouraging people from subbing on Twitch as well. Any and all avenues where people could just give me clams, I am just putting the kibosh on. I should have done this a long time ago, but better late than never. Might as well get the farty sharded now. The reason is super simple. I would much rather you keep your money, use it for yourself, or use it for things you deem important, whether it's charitable causes or what have you, but just stop forking it over to me. Now, since posting that video, there's been a lot of questions and even somewhat of a pushback from other streamers about how, like, this sets a bad precedent where it, like, starts to shame other streamers if they don't follow my footsteps here.
Not true.
Let me be clear, I'm not trying to make a rallying cry here. I'm not your dad. You do what you want with your own streams. Keep donations and subs on out the wazoo forever. I don't care. That's your prerogative. This was just my own personal decision. Obviously, that wasn't, like, the most prevalent take or anything, but it is a conversation I saw stirring about after I posted that video, because there are some streamers that believe that normal people having the ability to give them money helps them feel included in the community, part of the crew, part of the ship, and it's, like, integral to the streaming experience to be able to, like, sub and donate and things like that.
That was my take, yeah.
I've never really shared that perspective. I've always viewed streaming as content that you are providing to viewers for free. And if someone's nice enough to toss you a doubloon, you tip your fedora saying, "Holly jolly, thanks for the Reddit gold, kind stranger," and move on. But it's not an obligation, and no one should feel like they need to be able to give you money to be included in the community. That feels very parasocial to me. But that's just my own view on it. But what I will tell you, breaking the magician's code here, there is no top streamer that needs your financial support to put food on the table or continue providing those streams for you. Also, the bulk of a streamer's income comes from...
I said that when the Pokimane thing happened, when she said this was I said this exact word for word, letter for letter take.
Ads in the first place. Anyway, though, I think this stems from people just not really knowing how much money a top streamer can make on
You will never say cap on my name ever since at least way back in the days, even before the Pokemon thing. I readily and every encourage people not to sub. Guys, you guys need to understand. My sub peak, like my sub milestone of like 100 whatever thousand whatever, right? Was done while simultaneously telling people not to subscribe. I would say almost every day, not subscribe. If you do it to support me, you should support somebody else. If the basis of the sub is to support. I've said that over and over and over again. It is crazy. Don't fucking count on my name, little buddy.
Perfect time
Twitch, for example. So, let me show you my analytics from my lifetime on Twitch. Now, Twitch analytics are a little wonky here on the back end, so I wasn't able to just set the date range from 2017 to 2025 because it would just freeze. It would just have a conniption. I bet the Twitch HQ, a server just fucking...
I also am the only streamer who actively pushed for Twitch Turbo and popularized Twitch Turbo. I've talked about Twitch Turbo when nobody even knew Twitch Turbo even existed. And I pushed Turbo as a product, even though not only does that remove the sub thing, it also only uses I think a small portion of ad rev. It actually cuts the ad rev. So it is a self scam. Loki, it means too. Yeah, true. Right. And I've said that constantly. So don't put me in the same bucket as other people, because standing on business is not just saying it. It's standing on it for a long time, and I have.
Flame with me trying to do that, so I had to break it up into chunks. So in 2017 is when I really started like actually streaming on Twitch. I had dabbled in 2016, but it wasn't until 2017 where I got like partnered and everything. So from 2017 to 2019, I made $55,500 for those 2 years, and I wasn't full-time streaming at this point or anything. It was just a bit of goofing around, having some fun, and it brought in $55,500. From 2019 to 2021 is when I took it a lot more seriously. As you can see, my time streamed went from 600 hours on the 2 years to 3,600 hours, and I...
Hold on. Right here. Right here is when Twitch started doing the thing where everybody's was standardized. I would assume. I don't know what year that is. Where ads actually pay money now. And that was a long time ago. Hold on. And I guess I told you guys this story a long time ago. Nobody had like ad contracts that much, right? It was all flat rates and shit like that, right? And then I worked with Twitch to make a contract for myself, right? And you work on a thing that works with ads and gives you more money for ads, right? And that contract that we worked on ended up being the standard contract for everybody else. everybody on the website that now has their ad. Yo, I'm not kidding. That is what I had early on. But mine was a little bit like a little bit boosted or whatever, right? But that's what became the standard.
I made 1.2 million.
I'm not sure. There's a reason why I'm not gonna show my stats. Main reason is I had like a boosted ad contract like way back 2020. People are gonna get mad and come after me. People are gonna throw some shit at Twitch or whatever. People are internally gonna maul at Twitch. Guys, everything's gonna explode. I'm not
$1 million for those 2 years, and this was before my Twitch contract, so the only ads that were running on my stream were like the pre-roll ads, the ones that Twitch would insert themselves. So this was still without ads, by the way. $1.2 million, almost 1.3. Then I got a Twitch contract which necessitated a certain amount of ads, 3 minutes of ad time per hour. And from 2021,
that contract was a copy paste of my contract, but without the boost on it. See, I told you. See, I told you. See, I told you guys. I wasn't lying. I was like these contracts started they became the standard.
to basically 2025, I made $4.1 million. And to those astute observers amongst you with those keen peepers, you might notice that my subscriptions are less than half of what they were for the previous 2-year period. So even though I have 180,000 less subs across these 3 years than I did for the previous 2, I still made significantly more. And that is because of ads. Ads are the breadbasket to streamers. That is the jelly to the peanut butter sandwich that is streaming. And keep in mind, these numbers here, the 4.1, the 1.2...
Guys, I'm not talking about dashboard because, guys, this topic of money is so fucking annoying. People forget it. The reason why most of these topics are like in a complete free fall, downfall, dog shit these days is after the fucking Twitch leak of fucking income, whatever the fuck, everything just became weird and about money. Everything wasn't about money until it became about money. And the more you make it about money, the more just weird. It sucks the fun and the existence of just doing shit for the sake of doing it. Now everything is, yo, dude, it's about money. You're doing it for the money. It's just, it sucks all the juice out of everything. It's lame.
Those don't even include brand deals or sponsorships, and I didn't have any like ancillary donations, but a lot of streamers do through like Streamlabs for like text-to-speech, stuff like that. So that doesn't include any of those other means of making money through the medium. This is solely through just Twitch itself. And I think something important to mention, contrary to popular belief, I am not a top streamer. I'm also not even a full-time streamer, and I haven't been for over a year and a half. So my 2025 earnings, I didn't really put them here. It's about 100K. So another thing to add to the total here. But I'm not even a full-time streamer anymore, and I haven't been a top 20 streamer probably since the fucking Among Us boom.
Yeah,
you know, back in the prehistoric internet age.
Guys, mine was 3:30. Mine was 3:30. My 3:30, I had been 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes of ads, and we argue with Twitch over and over again. Chat, I don't think you understand it. The contract was stalled. So, my contract was canceled. Yes, 3 minutes, 30 of ads. Not 330 mil, just because. You guys are dumb. 3 minutes, 30. 3 minutes, 30 of ads. You guys are off the rails. I had no... Chat, if your contract is over and ends, okay, all the subs disappear, okay? You're cooked. You're cooked. Your whole channel falls apart if the contract ends and you didn't renew it. So it is that we canceled in October, I think, or before October. And what that happens is that we have to negotiate so that before it renews, we have a new contract. But we were in negotiations forever because I was mad at the fact that they were maybe making me run ads. I thought I was gonna get a flat rate, right? I thought I was gonna get a flat rate, like everybody else. Because you guys didn't understand it. At the time, chat, everybody, like Pokimane, like whatever, I hate to call them out, a lot of the legacy streamers had flat, no incentive, just flat money contracts. Like, we give you, you stay exclusive, we give you 10 mil a year, something like that, right? Whatever money it was at the time, right? Everybody had that. But when I reached the top of streaming, whatever, right? I was like, guys, I think I've worked here enough that I'd like to have a contract over, right? They said, oh, actually, we just stopped doing flat contracts. We will never do them ever again. Amazon, they said to me, they said to us at the table, they said that Amazon is no longer doing any contracts that are flat with anybody, and they will never happen again. And I'll give them some credit for that. It's not NDA. It's not NDA. I never signed any NDA shit. I'll give Twitch credit for that because they actually never did that ever again. Nobody has a flat rate contract. Nobody has that. it's not because of TFU, but these things came after the TFU, after the all the. Everybody that had a flat rate contract was underperforming, and it ended up fucking their budget probably, and they were like, we don't do it anymore. So they're like, we'll work with a contract that will give you ad rates that are good. And we got like I don't remember what it was. It was like 65, 35, something like that, or some shit like that, where I keep most of the nets rev or gross. I don't remember how it works. I whatever. And we run 330. And if I do, it was crazy contract by the way. If I do a fuck ton of hours, a fuck ton, and I run all my ads, I get 100K a month, which I mean. I understand it sounds like a lot of money. It is. It's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. And but I thought I was gonna get $2 million a month. With the back in the days value, and you compare that to other contracts. If you compare me to other people, I had more than earned that amount. Like, yo, that's what. In my head, I was like, we're probably gonna get $2 million a month. This is what it is. And realize that it's not being greedy, guys. If you make a standard. People are going to compare to the standard. If everybody around you, every employee, they say, guys, we pay everybody $1,000 a day to work here, right? And you pull up and they go, hey man, we're actually going to pay you $200 a day or whatever, right? Are you going to go, oh, absolutely, yes. You go, dude, what the fuck? This is getting 5 times more. So it's not about the amount of money that it is, it's by comparison. So I would just compare myself to other people that were under me at the time. And I was getting less than people that were way under me. And I was like, what the fuck is that? These people get, yeah, you guys didn't understand it. On paper, my deal was a fraction. It was a miniature compared to people that were, let's say, 5K viewers at the time. When at the time I was running what, 65K or whatever average. So would you not be mad at that? You would be fucking molding. If you're 65, 60K Andy, with a 5K, and they're like, oh yeah, we give them $1 million a month, but you get 100K. So I'm 10 times bigger and I get 10 times less. That's 100. That's 100x difference. It's crazy. Anyway, I digress. So then, we got this contract going that I was gonna get more ad money. And dude, at the time, Chad, the system, the Twitch infrastructure wasn't ready to support this ad rev or whatever. My dashboard was bugged. And for a month straight, dude, I was getting peanuts. And I was like, dude, no shot. You make me run 3 minutes of ads. And I kept fucking calling Pluto. I was like, dude, the technician is wrong. This is not right. Bro, I was getting like fucking $200 on ads a day. $200 a day on ads. I was getting like, before contract, I was getting like fucking like maybe like $200. $100 more for 330. I could, and then after like a month and a half or something, I don't know how long it was. I guess I'll have to check my fucking logs. The technician at Twitch finally fixed the fucking system, and then the bars that were like this went, brr, and they went so high it bugged my dashboard. The ad revenue was so high on the scale, it broke the site. It broke the chart ended up bugging out, bro. It went from fucking $200 a day to like $37,000 a day on ads. I was like, holy shit! But the whole month behind me, everything scaled back because it was just a bug. It was a bug. So I thought I had the worst contract, but I actually had the best one. And I found it to be cool because back after all of this, years after 3 years of that, whatever, right? That contract ended up becoming the standard for everybody else. Yeah, that's my story of the day. It ended up being everybody. I mean, I'll show you one day. I'm not showing the whole thing because I'm telling you, people.
While on the clock,
Oh, not another one of these. Fuck.
friend, there is no.
Oh God. I'll only show you one day. That's it. That's all you get. Oh, it still shows the background though. Whatever, I guess. After that deal, whatever, that ended up being like the standard. Here. That was like that was actually under the average. That was like I guess a bad day, pretty much. NTDS. But It was a lot better than it was before that. It was a lot better. That was 2000. It was any day between 2019 and 2020 fucking 3 or something like that. Yeah, it's a day. It's December 15. Yeah, like RP era type day. Does that make sense? That's what it was. But then now this is now the standard, or a little bit less than that, right? For everybody else. So whenever you look at some, I don't want to be rude, but whenever you look at some guys that are doing subathons, whatever, these streams are live 24 hours a day, right? At viewers that are, let's say, what, like half of, oh, I mean, for guys different. That's like 100K a day on ads, is what it is. So how can I, if you're in my position at the time, and you now know, I knew for a fact that everybody is now on the same deal that I had, but a little bit less. Let's say maybe 20 or 30% less. And everybody's like, oh, guys, we're doing subathons. And subathons were initially, or always historically, a way for the people to survive. People that had small communities would do subathons so they could make ends meet and have enough money to survive and keep streaming. It would make them enough money to survive for a few months so they could. That's how subathons work. So back in my shoes, that's what it was. And then I know for a fact that everybody's making ball money, crazy money on ads, and then everybody starts doing subathons, whatever, which they're clearing fucking. They go, oh guys, yeah guys, 20,000 subs, guys, that's 100K a month, guys, that's 100K a month, poggers, not really talking or feeling that that's how much they make a day on ads. So like, it's a weird duality. That, oh, dude, we're celebrating 100K a month, whatever. We're clearing 100K a day on ads. Yeah, it's a. How do you really blame me for not feeling those numbers? I don't know. That's how I see it. Anyway.
Now, like the Among Us era is the only time where I broached like the top 20. I've not been in that ball game for a while, and yet this is still a crazy amount of money, where there is no reason I should be taking money from just normal people.
April 11. What is that, chat? April 11. What was that? Is that the key drop? Guys, I don't think I had my contract at the time. I didn't have it yet. Guys, I had my contract when I was already at the new Texas house, the one that I built. That's when the contract kicked in. You guys remember they started having a lot of ads, and they were forced. Guys, if I didn't take 330, that's it. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing, and it sucked because we tried to advocate to get less, but they wouldn't budge. And apparently, well, I don't want to leak private Amazon shit, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows this. The internal memo at Twitch was they were not allowed to give anybody any contracts of any kind for a good ad rev if it wasn't 3:30 or 3 minutes of ads, and everybody got standardized at 3 or 4 minutes of ads, flat out. You just couldn't do it. You just couldn't. I'm pretty sure that yeah. Oh, anyway, you guys want to see what date? I forgot. You guys, my dashboard is now completely glitched, by the way. It's completely bugged now, so great. You guys want to see what? What day? Like April? I'm looking. I'll show you all of it.
44-month
2020? August, September, July, June. Yeah, I didn't have it yet. It hadn't kicked in yet. Yeah, it hadn't. It's like 16. It's like nothing by comparison. Like, there's also a lot of bugs in there. There's lots of bugs. But by comparison, it's nothing, yeah.
Working normal, everyday
By
jobs.
comparison,
It just
what?
doesn't feel right to me. Streaming is the easiest job there is. Hot take, I know, sorry, that was a blistering, scalding magma that I just spewed out there, but it is just the truth. I sit in swamp ass for a few hours every day, well, at least I used to when I was a full-time streamer, playing games, or just yapping. Now compare that Weenie Hut Jr. routine to a normal person who is actually working their ass off every single day in a 9-to-5 environment, grinding in the hopes of chasing the American dream. And then they'll come home, maybe turn on my stream and donate a couple of dollars to me. And it just doesn't sit right with me taking that kind of money, given what I've made from all of this. And I really...
What is this? We were at some fucking executive meeting with T1, okay? And I'm not kidding. Tyler complains to the executives and he says, everybody in the room is starts saying, can we get less ads? And I'm not saying anything. I don't give a fuck. And I get like,
Hey, Mr.
ads,
Cowhouse,
we need less ads. And until it raises his hands and asks the fucking CEO or some shit of Twitch, he's like, bro, can we get a 5-minute ad button, please? Like, the 3-minute is good, and I'm like, bro, we have a 10 one. He's like, yeah, but I need a 5-minute ad button. And I'm like,
Bro,
he's asking for 20 minutes. No, wait, hold on, man. Chat, I'll let the clip finish. He ended up asking for a 20-minute ad button. Tyler says, I do not care. People get like 40. Bro, I swear I'm not. I can ask the other one. He said that in between league games when he's in queue, there's no content, nothing. Okay, he wanted to get a 20-minute ad button. 20-minute. You can ask him. You ask him about it. Hours of free content. Watch the fucking ads, bitch. And then the other says, man, my viewers are stealing my content. Dude, they're leeching my content. Watch the ads, bitch. We're at. Holy shit.
Really should have just stopped this a long time ago, especially considering this is just the Twitch side of things. I told you I'm going to show you my YouTube earnings, so be ready because here it is. Huge fucking number, an unfathomable amount of money. From starting this channel in 2007 all the way until today, I have made $35.8 million. I never even imagined that amount of money was possible to earn without just being born rich. I have said from day one, I got incredibly lucky. I will never be able to put into words just how lucky I got.
I don't have that on YouTube. I don't even know what dashboard it is. What even this is. I don't know what's estimated revenue. Because guys, I genuinely don't know what that is. I guess I don't do YouTube. You have to go to what? Studio? What the fuck? I don't even have my shit. I can't even see
From
it.
Majestic, Quebec.
I don't see it. You guys, I go to what? YouTube what? Yeah, I cannot do YouTube Studio on this computer. Guys, this is not my. It's asking for like a 2FA shit that like what the fuck is that? Yeah, I have to ask editor. Yo, Artyom, show me it. Artyom, go to YouTube and show me this. I won't let me do it.
Dollars. I never even imagined that amount of money was possible to earn without.
Okay, Artyom send me this a message on Discord. Alright, Artyom, you tell me report? Really? Well, guys, you heard it, guys. I'm leaving my sub button on and all that. On YouTube and all this chat because the reality is that compared to a guy like Moise, we're poor. I don't know what to tell you. Compare me to this guy, we're fucking broke as shit. That's why I choose the stand business and say we are keeping the button.
Without just being born rich. I have said from day one, I got incredibly lucky. I will never be able to put into words just how lucky I got with all of this shit here. I'm not special. I got lucky. I have always said that, and I still believe that to this day. Now, something I saw a lot of people asking after the video I made about turning off all the donation stuff is how much money I'm leaving on the table. And while it's kind of hard to show it on Twitch considering both subs and bits are technically still on, even though I discourage both and have bits at a point where I don't think it's even possible to use them, I still can't get like a hard number on what's like gone now or anything like that. But on YouTube, I can show you directly. So with memberships and supers / gifts, I made over $1 million. Keep in mind, I've only had those things enabled for about a year. So it was $1 million in a year from just normal people donating it to me. Again, that just doesn't fucking sit right with me. Now, I know there are plenty of streamers and YouTubers that have significantly more money than me and have subs and donations on and whatever. I don't care. Like I said, this is not me trying to lead some kind of revolution here where all of them turn it off. It's their choice to make. I wanted to explain fully why I don't want normal people just giving me their money anymore at all. Also, to be honest, I think just full goatseeing, showing how...
He makes the whole video about not shaming people for like whatever choice that they choose and how they don't want to lead their thing. And you guys are still doing the exact opposite because you guys don't even listen to the video. He's just stupid.
much
as fuck.
streaming slash YouTubing can make, just showing you the full unedited raw numbers is probably helpful for normal people so they can see how much money is in the space, because I think there's often so many question marks from people wondering how much does a streamer or YouTuber make. They'll either say like they're making billions of dollars or they're making nothing. There's never like an in-between because there's never any like really hard numbers to look at. So I think something like this can be helpful for that, especially because over the years I've noticed there's been a multitude of creators that have come out and tried to like underplay how well off they are financially because they believe it could be somewhat of a brand risk where if they are perceived as being someone that's very rich, well, maybe their audience wouldn't like them as much because they're no longer relatable. It's just something I've seen here and there over the years from a bunch of different creators, and I just find it a bit disingenuous. So hopefully something like this can help show
How's that
if someone is
you?
in like the top sphere of YouTube or Twitch, they are very, very well off financially.
How's
Anyway,
that
though,
a
if
you?
you add both of these numbers up, I've made a total of 40...
Brother. 2 months after I got my fucking Twitch contract or whatever the fuck, or was, brother, I literally bought a Texas house that we fucking built from the ground up, and I said, yo, yeah, we're balling out. What about it? Just fucking this Arab shit is fucking off the rails. What about it?
$1.3 million. But that's not to say that's what I have. Now, I do live in Florida, which means there is no individual income tax.
Yo,
Big time.
and I said at the time, this will sound crazy, but I thought about buying the neighborhood, and I should have, because in comparison, it would not have been that much money, and the amount of money that the house ended up making is crazy, bro. I bought the house for $670. Okay, wait, that sounds made up, but it's actually pretty accurate. Okay, the materials and the cost to build was like $670, something like that. No, it wasn't 400. I don't remember what it was. 6 something. I did 5%, whatever. Now it's worth like 1.4 mil. It's like, and at the time, they were gonna build the rest of the neighborhood down the fucking down the street, and all the house was for sale. And I thought about, what if I buy the whole neighborhood? Because in comparison, it would have been a lot. It would have been a lot of money. But that's what I wanted to do. I would have balled out if I did that shit. I would have balled out.
Florida W right there. And I know,
Well, no
I'm
shit,
big
shut
time
up. I
gushing
played the
grannies,
project, is
Florida
that
Glazer. I've lived here my whole life, and that is something very nice about it. But it's not to say that the tax man comes in gentle with the lube. He still goes whole hog raw. It is still brutal when the tax man comes a knocking. He'll blow up your guts. And that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. Obviously, a good chunk instantly goes to taxes. There's also like salaries for the
Like
people that I pay on
55%?
my team, other expenses, and also for the first 4 to 5 years of me earning money through my YouTube channel, I donated every single dollar.
I would assume 60% is. I think I'm being pretty. With editor costs, everything else, taxes. Actually, he lives in. Wait, he lives in Tampa, right? 45 probably. 45% probably gone. Nearly 50%, but yeah, 45 probably.
To charity. So while I may have earned $41 million over the course of my time online, I don't have nearly that much. But I still have more money than I will ever know what to fully do with. And I actually thought it'd be kind of fun to go through like a deep dive on what it looks like. You know, taxes, expenses, all that kind of thing, to see how it all breaks down. But maybe that's a topic best left for a different video. So for now, I'll probably just conclude it here. Hopefully this was insightful. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Guys, it's kind of hard to talk about taxes on streams. It's kind of complicated. But you guys think, oh, dude, if you have state income tax, whatever, ends up being a total like 51%, whatever, at that tax bracket, and if you live in no state, it's like 37. You think it's a 14% buff? That's not how it works. You're oversimplifying a topic. It's much complicated than that. It is not a flat 14% flat buff. It's not how that works. Yeah.